has found herself in some disgusting controversy. Christopher Nolan, the very well-known and respected director, recently just announced the casting for his new movie, The Odyssey. This is a very popular fictional series. If you know, you know, because he recently cast Lupita Nyong'o, excuse me if I pronounce your name wrong, as the most beautiful woman in the world. You don't really need to understand the premise of what's going on in the movie, but the main issue is, for full context, in this fictional story, The Odyssey, the woman that is the most beautiful woman in the world, at no point throughout the fictional series is she depicted to be any specific race. The only information that we do have is that she is of some type of Greek descent. And long story short, racists all over around the internet are using this as an opportunity to tear down another black woman. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, as somebody that enjoys movies, I'll be the first to tell y'all, when I see black people being casted into roles like My Little Mermaid, we all saw that shift where they took Ariel and then casted her as a black woman. Me personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal, but what I do think is a little bit weird is when you have something that is so clearly one thing, and then just to feel inclusive, we force it into being something else. And my personal take on stuff like this is, instead of trying to force inclusivity into these fictional characters that already have an identity in a whatever race, I think we just need more organic, original stories with black characters being the lead roles. Like, for example, Black Panther. I feel like there's plenty others, but that one's just something that I think everybody watching this video is going to be able to digest. From day one, the person that wrote that comic, Black Panther, was written as a black character, and that is how he's depicted. Another good one is Miles Morales. Is another rendition of Spider-Man, but essentially is his own character. But what I do feel like would be weird is if we then turned around and launched a black Spider-Man that was named Peter Parker. The reason why this is different though, The Odyssey was a book that at no point did they depict or say outright that the most beautiful woman in the world was any specific color. They go into great detail about how beautiful she is and things of that nature, and the only little bit of inspiration that we have to go with is that she's from Greek descent. So now that Christopher Nolan has depicted this in a live action film that, you know, is going to be coming to the theaters soon, and they have the most beautiful woman in the world being played as a black woman, racist people are on the internet having an uproar because they can't fathom the fact that a black woman has been cast as the most beautiful woman. And it's almost just hilarious to me because I don't think we need any more evidence that just screams, yo, I literally hate black people. Again, I can understand if the author himself very clearly depicted the source material as the most beautiful woman in the world as whatever color, when there really was no guidelines, and now a creative director, movie director, is putting his own spin on something that is inspired by the source material. I see absolutely nothing wrong with casting a beautiful black woman to depict the most beautiful woman in the world within this story. These guys are coming out of the woodworks left and right. Here's Asmongold giving a terrible take on this whole situation.
Yeah, The Odyssey is going giga viral again. What is this here? New look, Lupita Nyong'o. I think that's how to say her name. I have no idea. On the discourse, it's a mythological story. I'm supportive of Chris's vision with it. The version I'm telling, cast is representative of the world. I'm not spending my time thinking of a defense. The criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. I think the reality is that, you know, even if it's a mythological story, you're going to expect that a story inside of a Greek European mythology is going to be a white cast. I mean, you could say that Greek people are more tan, etc. What do you think would happen if there were people from Wakanda, for example, in the new Black Panther, that are white? Like, people wouldn't think that makes sense at all.
And see, this is the thing. I feel like he's trying to take my initial take on what I said in the beginning, but where I disagree is, again, I'm always going to go more inspired off of the source material. If for whatever reason the author of Black Panther depicted the Black Panther as a white person from Wakanda, and that was his storyline from day one, I mean, it just would be what it is. If anything, there'd probably be some type of cool story plot point on how he was the only white person in Wakanda and grew up in that culture and, you know, whatever story it may be. But that's just not what it was from day one. It's the same way, I gave you guys the example with Ariel. I think she was depicted as a white mermaid. So I do feel like it's like a little bit forced when we see Disney trying to cast a black woman as Ariel. But what I thought was dope was when we see storylines like The Princess and the Frog, original black characters being pushed into lead roles. Now, ultimately, I don't really give a fuck. At the end of the day, if they want to put a new spin on things, I think that's completely fine. But for me, I'm an artist through and through. So I just hate when art gets kind of twisted and molded just to fit a certain trend that's going on. It's like, bro, if that wasn't your pure intention and the only reason you made this character black was to be inclusive, I mean, are you truly even being authentic at that point? Is the storytelling really coming from a genuine place? But I don't like Asmongold's take here because, again, nothing in the source material says this woman is a white woman. The only thing that it says is that she's of Greek descent. And while I can entertain the idea, if I close my eyes and think of what a Greek woman looks like, I probably would assume that she was Caucasian. Author of this story clearly doesn't make it a big point to pinpoint on that and say, hey, she's white, she's Spanish, she's Asian. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, at that point, I feel like when we get an adaptation, there's nothing wrong with a beautiful woman being cast as the most beautiful woman in the world, which she just happens to be black.
There is a lot of like willful dishonesty here with this, that everybody kind of knows what's happening here. A new look as Zendaya as Athena. This is really not very good. Oh, it's not looking good. The Odyssey.
I mean, again, this just feels like blatant racism at this point, because let's just even take it a dial back for a little second. She's clearly more of a darker skinned woman. But then you have someone like Zendaya, who, again, she's also a black woman, but could very easily play the role of a Greek woman with a tan, you know what I'm saying? And he's still not satisfied.
Oh no, this looks very, very bad. This is not good.
Nothing would ever please these people other than it being a Caucasian. And things only start to get more off the rails when Elon Musk himself completely crashes out on Twitter over this whole situation.
We all know Elon Musk is racist. I don't think anybody's even debating that anymore. And with this administration being so white supremacy coded, we found ourselves in an anti-DEI diversity era.
In the United States of America, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Where all the progress that was made in previous years has all been erased and reversed, to the point that Elon Musk is in full crash out mode, giving very strong South African apartheid vibes.
Now, the problem is, Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman in all the world, and they're making her a black woman. Oh my God!
About Christopher Nolan casting Lupita Nyong'o as a Greek goddess in his upcoming film, The Odyssey.
My favorite part of Elon Musk being hella mad that Christopher Nolan is casting Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy is that Helen of Troy was born in an egg. If you don't like anyone but white people, just...
It's like, again, and this is my whole point from the beginning, we're talking about a fictional story here, which, again, the author at no point made it a big deal on what her skin color was. She was born in a freaking egg. And people are taking that as an opportunity to go and put flames in the streets. Oh, she's not Caucasian. It's like, bro, I mean, she could have had red skin for all we know. Like, we wouldn't have known. It doesn't matter.
Just say it.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it. We all know Elon Musk is a huge racist at this point, right?
Thank you.
He ain't racist though, y'all. He ain't racist. I don't even know if they saw her in the trailer or they were just mad when they saw the casting, like when they looked up who would be in the actual movie. But this dude is very mad, tweeting racist things like he always does. The richest man in the world, also a very public racist, who grew up in apartheid South Africa and does Nazi salutes in his spare time.
Thank you.
Actually tweeted publicly on the platform that he owns, "No more white guilt," in a tweet that now has over 22 million views. White guilt is dead, and Gen Z is done apologizing for history they didn't write. All caps is unnecessary. 5, 10, 15 years ago, none of this would be normal. Could you imagine if the richest man in the world was still Bill Gates or Warren Buffett, and they tweeted "No more white guilt," or I guess for them because they're old, made a statement in an interview and said "No more white guilt"? People should be more shocked and more outraged that the richest man in the world is tweeting out racist stuff. because Christopher Nolan casted black actors in The Odyssey. Why does an actor's race matter? Oh, okay, now imagine it was this. They made it about historical figures.
What?
It's the weirdest thing in the world. That's not even what we're arguing about. And keep in mind,
Again, bro, if a white person was casted as Muhammad Ali, I would be mad. If a white person was casted as Obama, I would be mad. This is my point. This is literally my point. It's one thing when something is so clearly one thing and we're trying to be inclusive and mold it into something else, but it's a completely separate thing when it's just literally just a creative interpretation. It holds no real significance. This is just cope. This is cope on a completely level. These people are blatantly racist.
do you know how many times a white person has played a person of color throughout the history of Hollywood?
Oh, darling, I am sorry, but I lost my key.
But that was 2 weeks ago. You cannot go on or keep ringing my bell.
I think John Wayne played, what was it? Was it Attila the Hun?
Tempting.
Tempting but unwise, my brother. Listen to me.
There are moments for wisdom, Jamoga, then I listen to you. And there are moments for action, then I listen to my blood.
White people played Asians, Indians, they played Native Americans.
Shit, they've even played black people. Didn't what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. in that one movie, was it? I forget the name, and he did a pretty damn good job. I mean, shit, man. That shit was blackface like a motherfucker, but it was so entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. We overlooked that motherfucker.
Seems as if I've never been away. Nothing has changed.
Oh, no, can't go yet. Old lady Berto not here, boy.
Men shall be ruled by law.
What is going on with you, Maria? I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty.
The Turks pay me a golden treasure, yet I am poor. Where do you come from? My name is Jesus.
And this is gonna be a controversial take. Do we even know that Jesus Christ was Caucasian? Even if he was, I'm sure his skin, he had a strong tan walking around in them sands, boy.
My name, which was as fresh as Dion's visage, is now begrimed and black as mine own face. You want to make some big bugs, and it's your dump. What did you say there, huh? You did not ask to be fight, so perhaps that is not your fault. It is only being wires and servo mechanisms and other such machine-type apparatus for the beat of faith.
All of a sudden, white people are up in arms because a black person is cast in a Greek fantasy film, The Odyssey.
My favorite part of Elon Musk being hella mad that Christopher Nolan is casting Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy is that Helen of Troy was born in an egg. Now, I don't mean like we come egg and sperm. No. I mean like that is how Helen of Troy was born because her mom had sex with a swan. And you're worried about the integrity of casting Lupita Nyong'o. Is it because you want an actress who was born in a swan from a fake god dad and a queen of Sparta? If you don't like anyone but white people, just say it.
Johnny Depp, right?
I mean, I think at this point he kind of is, though. I'm not defending Elon Musk here, but I do think at this point he's screaming and shouting that, hey, I only care about white people. If it doesn't get more clear than that.
Native American, Arab, Tibetan. I remember this casting. That was in Doctor Strange, right? Romani. Oh yeah, they did lose their mind when a black woman was cast as the Little Mermaid.
See? I don't think this is a fair take, bro. And it's like that's where it's kind of like, again, you clearly wrote a white woman to be Little Mermaid. We didn't need the African American Little Mermaid, bro. We didn't need it. But again, I'm not gonna sit here and make a big deal out of it. But that's where it's like, okay, they're clearly trying to force the inclusion. What I want to get to in a point of Hollywood or movies, it's just, I want just more original black stories, more original black casting. I already gave y'all my example with Miles Morales as Spider-Man. I think we just need more people to step up to the plate and write great black characters from day one instead of trying to like rewrite history and force us into shit. But this isn't the case. This isn't the case. This is the first real rendition of the Odyssey coming into live action. If she would have popped out with fucking green skin, I mean, that's just what it would be. That's that would be the creative interpretation that we run with. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't a comic, you know, where the original author, you know, depicted her a certain way. Like, this was one of them books, you know, big boy books you read. It's a good story, and it's kind of left up to your imagination. You know what I'm saying? So it's two different things. And if you have a brain, you're understanding what I'm saying.
And you see what this says, a glaring, obvious double standard. And I really want to, so I want to look at the cast real quick. So this is the cast of the Odyssey. So yeah.
This movie's gonna be fucking insane though. Holy shit. This is a stacked cast. They have Travis Scott in here. Holy.
There are some black folks there, which of course pisses off you know who. She's playing Athena. Travis Scott, what the hell is Travis Scott doing in the Odyssey? All right, he might be tripping on Travis Scott. I don't know what Travis Scott is doing. Lupita with her gorgeous self. Corey Hawkins, that's his dude's name. He always looks like Neo to me. Anytime I see him, I think he's Neo. But the racists have been up in arms. Notably, Barack Obama is a real person and Helen of Troy isn't. Again, that was a stupid comparison. Nobody black or any person of color has ever played a white historical figure. So why would they even make that comparison? That tweet got 1.5 million views. Just insane. Elon Musk has been on Twitter for weeks saying black people in the Odyssey are DEI hires and y'all still buying Teslas as status symbols of wealth. I would never own a Tesla. I'm good without it. I'll give me a Rivian if I need something.
I've had a Tesla before, and I'm here to tell y'all, I mean, again, you saving gas, but at what cost, bro? Like, the gas cars is where it's at. You know, shout out to fucking global warming and all that. I don't know all the statistics behind that, but I'm straight off them Teslas, bro. Them shit's weak as hell.
I genuinely cannot understand why the world's richest man is upset over a film.
I just feel like I need to say this, but I also got my Tesla before Elon was owning Twitter and popping out and doing all this crazy shit. But I'm also happy to say that I am now a proud owner of a Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE 53 twin ski.
Director's infidelity to the racial identity of the daughter of Zeus. Him being mad about this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Elon Musk is freaking out that Lupita Nyong'o is going to be Helen of Troy in the new movie, The Odyssey. Now, the problem is Helen of Troy was the most beautiful woman in all the world, and they're making her a black woman. Oh my God. Now, Elon and others are saying, well, what would happen if somebody took the most beautiful woman in Africa and made her a white actress? Yeah, that would be weird. Of course, that's because we've had, thousands of years of oppression against black people, with white people kind of usurping them. So yeah, there's some history there. But let's get more to the general topic here. First of all, I'm Greek. I'm actually Greek national here. And I'm fine with this. I don't care. Yeah, Helen of Troy, she was one of us. But this is acting. The whole point, God, people do this in the movies and in plays all the time. It drives me a little nuts, but they do it. Like Shakespeare I saw Shakespeare once. They put it in the future, and I was like, okay, science fiction Shakespeare, whatever. That's what
science fiction Shakespeare.
They do. They cast men as women and women as men. And by the way, Shakespeare's plays were written for men. They were all men. All the women parts were played by men. So is it wrong to have them played by women?
Elon Musk and his white supremacist allies are having a meltdown over a beautiful black woman playing a role in a movie. The MAGA cult members are deeply racist. They're racist crybabies on top of that. I know, foundational was a funny word for just a random fictional movie. Alec Baldwin defends Lupita after Elon Musk insinuated she was casted as Helen of Troy in The Odyssey out of sympathy and for awards. Dear Elon, but she is the most beautiful woman in the world. She is absolutely gorgeous, but even if she wasn't, who cares? Who cares if a black person was cast in any movie at this point in time? And then he actually shot back with this tweet. I agree that she is beautiful, but casting a black woman to play a white woman in a foundational work of European literature is no more right than casting a white man to play Shaka Zulu. Conservatives watch white actors play Egyptians, Asians, Persians. Oh, right. What was the movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where he played the Prince of Persia?
And again, even a movie like this, it's like, why didn't y'all just pay more homage and just go get somebody that's of actual descent?
Persian.
I enjoyed the movie. I'm not the type of person that's losing sleep over this. I'm not gonna keep saying the same take over and over again. But it's just like, anybody that's screaming and shouting it's like, okay, bro, we don't need any more evidence. You're just racist.
Native Americans for 70 years and suddenly became the casting police in 2026. MAGAs always use civil rights icons in these arguments because deep down they know comparing fantasy characters to real black historical figures is dishonest. Facts. The fact that he owns an entire platform should be alarming. Back in the day, he wouldn't even be allowed to still own that platform, but we live in such a cooked society that racism is just kind of baked in at this point. It is a shame. All of this really reminds me of something that Issa Rae said in an interview, or maybe tweeted a while ago that I read, which is basically that black people in film and television, but you could really say society as a whole, are back where we started initially before this whole diversity wave kicked in, where a lot of races are mad about anything that's not white, are fighting diversity tooth and nail, as if any people of color having representation somehow hurts or takes away from them. But thanks for watching, y'all.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about this one in the comment section. A little bit of a different situation, but you know, I wanted to touch on it because I just thought it was completely weird. Well, y'all, appreciate y'all. My name is Berto. Where you at, Berto? Join the Where You At family so you never miss a live stream reaction live on Twitch. Link to that's in the description. I want to see you there.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.